it's like to be blessed with all of this knowledge, what it's like to even get here in the first place, how we spiral out of control and where we are now. Okay. But this talks about being blessed and worshiped, even praise for our hard work and efforts, even for the emotions and even for how we feel. This is being blessed for that. I love this Six of Wands because in this deck, she's not yet in front of a crowd, but the crowd can feel her coming. The crowd can feel her presence. Most of all, she can feel herself. She's vulnerable and naked here because she can feel every ounce of her body, flesh and blood here, of what she's gone through. She loves, she knows herself. You know, you could also be dreaming of a day, you guys. This white horse represents strength, of a day where you can feel this healed and feel this strength. You know, some of us, when we do sleep, when we finally get some rest, we'll know what's next. Maybe this is a clue for you that when you do get some sleep, you will know your next move. I love this card because in the Rider Waite deck, you know, it shows all of the people around her going, hurrah. I like to say this is before that, before the crowd of people, before the curtain comes up. You know, you get that moment to yourself. She's got this light shining on her red or brown hair there, okay? Whichever color hair you have, just taking the time out to say, you know what, thank you. Thank you. You know, like, it took me so long to understand what I needed to do with all of this strength, all of this newfound power, and I did it. Those people who are going to cheer you on are friends around you that you made amends with. You divine masculine, your spirit guides, because this is very much a spiritual side of the journey right here that we're having to tap into. A lot of us don't want to get to any of these points, and we revert to other points because we're not wanting to be spiritual on a spiritual journey. You can say all the want you're not spiritual, but you wouldn't understand about what the spirit needs and wants. You wouldn't understand any of this. Believe me. Like I said, a lot of us are subconsciously unaware before and after the debt. So at the top of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords, more air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for that Four of Swords there. New communication, but more so mental health. A new mental clarity after a cleanse. And again, you don't need to know how to meditate. I don't think, you know, you come to the experts for that. You know, the Four of Swords is the representation of all the peace and joy you're going to find. Some of us may not have to do anything. Remember that. Some of us may not have to do anything at all. This dream, for some of us, it's very important, the ones who haven't been sleeping, in your sleep. Okay, and not saying the first night you get sleep, you take a sleeping pill or you put on some Nora Jones. You'll know when, okay, because it's not going to be forced. Think about how backed up you are and clogged you are in that drain of yours in your brain, right? If you can't even dream. Dream, I love, I love. I love dream, I love, running, bouncing. It's Spy Kids. And this is talking about a new found clarity, a new peace, mental health, new knowledge. You get that from the divine. Now, an ace is only but a seed. It's something that'll be very, 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 very clear to you. Clear as day, honey. Clear as day as a dream. Clearer than that with these swords, these sharp piercing swords. Okay, it's a new mental health. It's about what you do with it. Let me see what's at the top. Okay. Nine of Wands for the Divine Feminine. Sorry about all the shaking. Why is the Nine of Wands here for the Divine Feminines? Okay. Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So remember, this is the Nine of Wands, that resilience, okay? That trying to just being a little too much, honey. You know, release your jaw and, you know, crunching on your jaw. The Page of Wands looks like a rambunctious kid. You know what I'm saying? Fire energy, all energies can be rambunctious, but especially this Page of Wands, because it's someone who knows that they like adventure. They know that they like new things. They know that they don't like to be perfect and smart and calm all the time. You know, they're very passionate. And with a kid energy, with a Page energy, someone who just found newfound passion, someone who just found that they're strong, that they got a little bit of fight in them, you know, that they're talented, that anything they want to do, they can do, you know, just kind of rambunctious, just like, you know, someone who can put their fingers in and out of anything and whatever. They're smart, they're noble, they're passionate, they're a noble steed, you know, you're someone who, let's see, you know, you definitely got to have a fire sign in your group of friends because they're going to bring the adventure towards you. Okay. But with this fire energy, clarifying this Nine of Wands says it's a naive, it's a childish way of looking about what you got to do. You're trying to put your hands on a situation that you need to do nothing. That's all we're talking about. The Wheel of Fortune is a kind of humble work. You want good fortune. You want good karma, good luck. This is what this card represents. I keep knocking them out my hands. Okay. That's what you want. Okay. But, you know, because that's what you want, but this is the way you're going about it, you can kind of see where that's going to end up. You're going to be humbled regardless. So go ahead and hurry up and do that. Top of the deck, we got the King of Wands. Okay, so you're very much, the divine feminines are out of sort because they're not getting any communication. They're in silence. You know, they feel like they're this, they feel like they're that, they're royalty. Look at this red on her, but she feels like she knows and has so much, but like, you don't look like a queen here, you know, why the king is coming up, but you more so look like, you know, just maybe someone who's been dethroned, unfortunately, someone who looks like she's waiting for her possessions, for what she's entitled for, you know, and if she's not going to get it, it's kind of like this boy has his tongue sticking out. He doesn't. But, you know, it's just like, you know, just imagine his tongue out right now. Just his tongue. You know, it looks a little distorted. So, but it's making sure that, okay, if you want this humble work, it's either or. You can't have your cake and eat it too, divine feminine. This King of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, okay, for the King of Wands here. You know, I feel like it has a point to do with the fact that you're not a Queen of Wands here, but this King talks about a distorted energy. I know we were talking about distortion as far as the Hangman, but it doesn't have to be a negative aspect as long as you're willing to receive and not trying to go get. You know, it's a difference here. It seems like you're trying to take matters into your own hands. You know, you're definitely coming up as a masculine energy here, okay, as far as when action is taken. So, you know, okay, you're looking kind of like the nigga, the man, excuse me, the man out of the group, okay? It's like the ruffle and the tuffle. It's like, what's popping, boy? You know, like, yo, my guy, what's good? What's popping? What you doing? Like, that's not how you're supposed to be. And then you're like wrapped up in a robe. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too, my dude. So sorry about that word or whatever. I mean, whatever. It looks like you're in a very masculine energy here. And I'm pulling out the Page of Swords again. You're just someone who's underneath it all. You're really lovely underneath it all. But underneath it all, you're really just these pages here. Don't know what to do. You just found out that you can, you know, be this and be that, know this and know that, say this, do that, you know, but you don't know which way to go about it. You don't. And you're just coming up as this abrasive, manly power. That's what I want to say. Like, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that, I'm getting this and I'm getting that. And I don't know what it is that you've gotten because there's an identity crisis here as well. Let's clarify this Three of Wands. Okay, so we got a Three of Wands and we have the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Swords, Pentacles for the Three of Wands. Okay, being established but looking for something else. You know, it's kind of like you're at a standstill here. I wouldn't say stuck, but it could be stuck, okay? I wouldn't really call the Three of Wands a negative aspect, so let's go ahead and see what they're talking about here. Nine of Swords, again, is this, okay, the divine feminines are not getting the sleep that they're supposed to get. It's safe to say that a lot of you are highlighting the aspect of sleep because you know that you're not getting sleep, but I don't think you're aware of the fact that it's sleep that's been like, go to sleep, get some sleep, because it's your next step for a lot of you. Again, it won't resonate with everyone that your next step is coming, that a newfound clarity, remember with this Ace of Swords, is coming, okay, with your blessings and feeling yourself. It's nothing more like going on a movement that you believe more in yourself than anyone else could, okay? So You know, and so, but anyways, it's talking about insomnia. It talks about not sleepless nights, anxiety, being up at all sorts of the nights. You know what I'm saying? Being foolish, letting a lot of things get into your mind, getting, you know, letting, you know, you're not able to sleep, you know. A lot of you are not able to sleep at all. That talks about miscarriages. We know that, but it talks about deaths. Maybe some of us have been, you know, very paranoid about death and dying, etc. Five of Pentacles talks about maybe even some of us, let's see. There's someone, yeah, very close to us that has probably just passed that's trying to speak to us. Okay, that's something that you may need to understand in your dreams for those who've had relatives pass away. They want to be able to help you and guide you, but you're not open to it. So a lot of us that are open to this journey right here, whether you want a man or not, you know, it's happened because of some trauma that recently happened or whenever it happened. But a lot of us who just had recent trauma is because, or some sort of recent realization, okay, is because of a passing. Now, whenever that happened, if it was recently or a long ass time ago or in another life, whatever you believe, you know, they're trying to communicate with you. Your dreams, someone in your dreams, one of your ancestors, one of your spirit guides is trying to help you, and you're shutting that off as well. You don't know how, you don't know why. We call those blocks, okay, overall. And they're blocking you from being able to relax and take that next step, okay? Instead, you're fighting it. You're fighting. You're walking around acting like some dude, some guy out here needing to do this, needing to do that. I can fix that. But, you know, I can fix that with this magician. I can poof, make that shit happen. You've only got but a water spell, dude. All right. So that's what the divine feminines are having to realize right now. You know, that can go poof, gone. You know, with that Ace of Pentacles, your security is not formed yet. And that's what we're trying to build. And, you know, we're trying to build that. So someone is really trying to reach out to you, and whoever it may be, you're going to find that out in your dreams for a lot of you divine feminines. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. Can we get an advice card for the divine feminines? An advice card. What do we have here? We have the Two of Wands. Okay, so this is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. It's being passionate. It's understanding what you have here and flipping it into something positive. It doesn't have to be as big as all that came to be. So you got all of these lessons here. Okay, regardless of which sign, regardless of which element, right? And because there's so much that's being thrown in your face, doesn't mean that you have to make all of that into one beautiful thing, okay? Or you do, but it can be smaller than all of the pieces coming together. I hope that makes sense. You know, you're just supposed to kind of, look, take a breather and know that the world is in your hands. The ball is in your court, what you're going to do next, okay? So I'm trying to say that some of the divine feminines need a boost of character. There's an identity theft here, like an identity crisis here, that with everything that you're knowing that came all at once, it seems for us, we're not able to depict. We're not able to understand, okay? There's a security thing that's going on here. A lot of us divine feminines are in this male energy, in this masculine energy, and it seems like it's going to be very far away from any balance of the scales, because not only do we have to kind of decipher what we need to know via our dreams, but also get out of this masculine energy. And it looks like the gates are here, okay, when you're able to set off on a new journey and a new courtship. I don't know why I want to say that, but when you're willing to kind of leave behind some old trauma, ways, people, places, things, okay, and kind of just go somewhere. You can come back. This card doesn't say you don't look back. It's just going out on a little adventure here to be able to understand yourself. Some of us are a little too tight wound here, okay? But the Temperance card also is here, and it may be tempting, you know, for some of us to go, some of us to stay, but there's work that needs to be done. Okay, and I think the divine feminines are believing that, and you're really in this masculine energy, and I don't want to say it's such a bad thing, but this masculine energy is supposed to help us get through to where we need to go, so that we're not so vulnerable in love and money, security, wealth, passion, determination. But a lot of us are taking that into maybe the wrong kind of aspect here. I think some of us are just getting a little too impatient, a little too, you know, unkind. and knocking people out of the park, knocking just this about everything. And we're not getting sleep, and so it's not helping us. So staying in this masculine energy will do nothing for you overall. And this energy, the page energies aren't that great either. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I just hope that we can go ahead and get these things done, so that we can see another light of day and really be happy and not pretend like we're so good because we know more things than we did before. Because one day the knowledge of not knowing is going to get old, right? So thanks so much for watching, Divine Feminines. I hope that there was something there that you could learn. Thanks so much. Bye.